What's up, fighters? Today we're diving into something that completely changed my boxing game. Footwork mastery. But not just any footwork. We're focusing on 3 specific techniques that will transform how you move in the ring. Trust me, after implementing these, you'll feel like you're floating through the ring. Before we jump in, quick shout out to RDX. Their equipment is the perfect balance of quality and affordability. From gloves to protective gear, they've got everything you need to start proper boxing training. If you're interested, use code PUNCHHIVE10 for 10% off your entire order. Let's start with the absolute fundamentals. This is crucial to get right before anything else. The golden rule of boxing footwork is maintaining your stance while you move. Think of your feet as having a perfect distance between them at all times. When you move forward, your front foot leads first, then your back foot follows. When moving backward, it's the opposite. This prevents you from ever having your feet too close together, which would leave you off balance and vulnerable. For lateral movement, the same principle applies. When moving left, your left foot moves first, then your right foot follows. When moving right, right foot leads, then left follows. Never cross your feet. That's asking for trouble in the ring. Your weight should be distributed about 60% on your back foot and 40% on your front foot. This keeps you ready to punch or defend at any moment. Now, let's talk about the foundation of great footwork, your jump rope game. Before we get into our 3 main techniques, I want you to grab your rope and do 2 rounds of 3 minutes, focusing on staying light on your feet. This warms up your calves and ankles and builds that coordination you need for perfect boxing footwork. If you're new to jumping rope, start with basic bounces and work your way up to boxer skips. All right, let's get into our first technique, the pivot. This is absolutely crucial for getting out of tight corners and creating angles for counters. Here's how it works. When your opponent comes forward, plant your front foot firmly and rotate your back foot like you're crushing a cigarette. The key detail most people miss? Keep your weight on the ball of your front foot. This lets you pivot smoothly without losing balance. Let me show you how to drill this. Find an open space and imagine an opponent in front of you. Throw a jab, then pivot 45 degrees to your left. As you complete the pivot, fire a hook. That's your money combination right there. Do this for 3 rounds, alternating sides and different punches. You'll feel awkward at first, but that's normal. If you stick with it, this movement will become natural. The second technique is the pendulum step. This is your bread and butter for controlling distance. Start in your boxing stance and step forward with your front foot a couple inches. Then quickly step back, pushing off your front foot. The secret? Keep your back foot light, it should float, ready to swing in any direction, so you can go back left or right. Here's your drill. Set a timer for 3 minutes. Step forward, throw a jab, step back. Forward, jab, back. Focus on keeping your stance consistent. Most fighters mess this up by letting their feet get too close together. The distance between your feet should stay the same throughout the movement. Our third technique is the L step, your ticket to getting off the rope safely. When you're backed up, instead of just stepping straight back, you're going to step back and to the side simultaneously, creating an L shape with your movement. This gets you out of danger while setting up perfect counterpunching angles. Drill it like this. Back yourself onto a wall. Step back with your rear foot while simultaneously moving your main foot to the side. As you complete the L step, fire a counter right hand. This combination of defensive footwork and offense will catch your opponents completely off guard. Speaking of defense, let's talk about the step back. It's one of the simplest but most effective defensive movements in boxing. When you see a punch coming, push off your front foot and take a quick step back with your rear foot. The beauty of stepping back is that you don't need to worry about which punch is coming. You're simply getting out of range. Just remember to keep your guard up as you step back and always be ready to counter. Here are some common mistakes to watch out for with all these techniques. Don't cross your feet, ever. Don't bounce unnecessarily between movements. Keep your stance width consistent. Stay on the balls of your feet. Here's your homework. Start every training session with jump rope, 2 rounds of 3 minutes. Then spend 1 round each practicing these 3 techniques. Film yourself if you can. It's the fastest way to spot and fix mistakes. Quick reminder about RDX gear. Quality equipment makes a huge difference in your training. Whether you need new gloves, hand wraps, or protective gear, RDX has you covered. If this helped you understand footwork better, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. I create this content to help fighters like you improve. So drop a comment letting me know which technique you're trying first. Soon, we'll be covering how to combine these footwork patterns with power punches. You won't want to miss it. Stay sharp, train hard, and I'll see you in the next video.